did have a laning ward. They saw Adam head into those trees. He tries to get a Stampede save from the Centaur. Not going to be good enough. That Stampede does also allow Fodder to go on Hesta Joe, but a TP out. Oh, the Shikuchi at the end. Barely in front of the TP. Does manage to give him the killing blow.
Danger. The Stampede couldn't land on him, and without that Stampede hitting, it's really hard for Invoker to hit the Sunstrike and the Meatball combo. He's gone full Wex Exort. And
rolling.
now going to still try and engage.
Noya's been hit, slowed down. The Hoof Stomp will land this time around with the Sunstrike and the extra nuke damage. Forev, it will find that pickup.
Going to have the Sunstrike and Baby Knight. If he gets hit by that Hoof Stomp, could be burst down quickly.
Yeah,
He's trying to tank up, has the Pike. So maybe a bit harder. We'll find out.
Baby Knight gets caught. He still has that force stab, but it looks like the damage is going to come too fast. Too many stuns, and a Sunstrike finishes him off. Bears first reveal of the Blink. Huge success.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game for him. Ace at top is being harassed by Fata. Does have the Savage Roar.
Fata, Sunstrike. Ace is not going to be hit by that one. Fata does not have time-lapse anymore. He actually pops a wand. Will have enough now, but he's actually going to stick around until the Stomp comes in from Forev, so maybe they can at least get a kill on Noya instead, but he's a tanky support, and Rise, he now comes in with a Frostbite. More TPs in. Hesta Joe with a 3-man Pit of Malice. Follow up. Firestorm TP out from Forev, but he gets frostbitten. That will delay the highest net worth hero on Bears from escaping. Pick up that kill. Big one for C9. Oh, and plus one.
This Astral Adam, no escape for him. That could potentially open up space for Ace to take mid. They may press down top.
Come in into Meteor. I feel like they needed that sort of overwhelming damage to deal with C9 because they've got tanky heroes and with the sustain of Mech as well. Here comes Hesta Joe. He's going to receive a Force Staff. Nicely played out by Baby Knight. Managed to outplay that one. Jump in. Hit 2-man Hoof Stomp there on the side. Stampede slowing them all down as well. Here comes the Meteor, but Hesta Joe's already dead. Fought in the back lines. Almost died, but he does manage to get a shallow grave and will also time-lapse off half the damage. Firo's now going to be chased down. Oh, here comes the damage. Firo gets caught in the entangle. Tower's going to fall. Airs. The rest of them will get out. Looks like they traded that just a 2-for-1. They only got Hesta Joe.
Put him in a position where he can be perhaps on the front lines. It's tough because OD doesn't really want to be too far forward. He ideally wants his teammates getting jumped so he can Astral them, and oh, they caught Forev.
Spirit Bear bait, but they do have a nice silence coming out from Yapzor. Forev tries to get away with the Stampede, but unfortunately, Rise was on the side. He wasn't hit by that silence. Does manage to get the Frostbite. Oh, Fata almost goes down. The time lapse, though, just in time. They're still chasing Firo. Managed to slow him down, but it looks like he's far enough away. He'll be good. But a loss of their Centaur means, as well as Adam, and that TP's not going to make it. Loss of their Initiator and their Sustain means that C9 can freely push down a Tier 2. Like, I could do that. Do that every day.
That is incredible. Yeah, and then if you're trying to Stampede on top, he's got Savage Roll too. They're going to catch Baby Knight.
Nice initiation. They can get the silence follow-up. Baby Knight will be dropped here. That is the kind of pickoffs that Bears need here. Because after that mid lane engagement where they tried to fight over the mid-tier 1 tower,
dent in this constant push that's coming out from C9 squad, and they can get another kill here mid lane. The pickoff game continues. Hero getting the last hit with the Sunstrike. They know there's no Sunstrike now, and this Dire Ward does not see these heroes, so good smoke usage to get back into the pit. Forward Spirit will scout this one a little bit too late.
Oh, but they jump in! Oh my god, the Aegis still in the deck. Forev managed to grab it. Now here comes the Meteor with the deafening blast. Ace and Hesta Joe almost get blown up. There is the save from Baby Knight. Ace is going to come back soon. Forev is still in the pit. Can anyone threaten Ace? He's in the back lines. Firo and Fata just charge in, manage to finish him off. Noya's also going to go down, and Baby Knight, he needs to get out of here. He can't save anybody anymore. He does get the Hurricane Pike over the cliff, blinks back, saves himself. Forev is here, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to catch Baby Knight. What a win. How did Bears manage to make the read on that?
They were so close to making that work, Cloud9, with their smoke in. Bears scouted out with the Forward Spirit, and the Forward Spirit is in the pit like right as Roche is about to die. So they had like a split second to react with that combo, and they're going to find another kill now with a Sunstrike. Suddenly, this game gets swung right back into Bears.
About 2,500 gold lead only for Cloud9 and a huge experience lead for Bears.
Yeah, that experience is where it really matters for some of these heroes, and Bears are not done.
There's the initiation. Here comes the Meteor. It's not going to save Hesta Joe. Baby Knight chooses to save Ace, the big damage dealer. Hesta Joe is tanky enough. He's down to half health. It looks like Fada can actually finish him off with a Desolator. Fada's stuck underneath the Pit of Malice. He will receive an early Shallow Grave just in case. Rev runs in, tries to get Baby Knight, hits him with a bit of a threat there with the nuke. Slows him down, but Baby Knight now turns, manages to throw out the ultimate, finishing off the Centaur. Oh, Fada, he gets a nice Savage Roar, perfectly timed by Ace to prevent the time lapse. And a Shikuchi away. Bears now left with only 3, and Cloud9, they're not done just yet. They still want to take this tier 2 tower.
YapzOr?
Bears are going to have to give it to him unless YapzOr has some godly plays. Looks like they're just going to get extra kills from this. Fada, he is dead.
Free int for the OD while you're graved up.
Oh, yeah.
One of those scenarios where you probably actually don't want to grave yourself. Suddenly there's 60 stolen
air. Roshan's down to 1500 HP. The Tornado's going to be able to prevent a lot of this, and they do have beautiful line damage. The stun out from YapzOr. Double silence onto 2. Hesta Joe and Ace in trouble. Baby Knight needs to save Ace, but they do get the Hurricane Pike onto the cliff. They've managed to finish up Roshan as well, and now Fada's ready to go with the Aegis. He just charges straight in, facing up against Baby Knight. Will try and pop his BKB and finish off Ace. Now the jump in, gets the stun onto Rise as well. That'll finish off Baby Knight. Cloud9, it's just all over for them in this engagement. Hesta Joe tries to TP out, does manage to make it out, but low death timer can wait.
Yeah, that was the perfect lineup possible. Coming down that ramp with the Tornado, Earth Spirit Suns and everything.
C9, you gotta respect this. Your Lone Druid is not yet back up. They did not want to have to buy back on the OD until the Lone Druid is up, so Hesta Joe giving the Bears the free pickoff here before the push actually fully comes out. They are going to be able to take that melee Rax. Tornado, EMP, making its way in. Stomp, actually going to miss out there. The Tornado lasting a bit too long. Silence from YapzOr, tries to roll himself away. Hit by the Pit of Malice. Saved by the Shallow Grave. He may still be able to get out of here, but Rev, as well as being chased down by Hesta Joe, and Ignite comes out. Firo blinks back. Adam's going to be target of Hesta Joe and Noya instead, while Fada was battling it up with the 2 cores. Is completely out of mana now. Needs the extra help. Has the BKB. Is going to try and run himself away, but the physical damage of Baby Knight, 4 HP. He finally does fall. Now when he comes back, he won't have a BKB. Pit of Malice laid in preemptively. Fada there's no chance. No hope for a time lapse or anything like that. By the Tornado, EMP plus Sunstrike gets a good 4-step though. Save him a lot of that damage. Hero throwing out that Deafening Blast. They're hoping to be able to push back Cloud9 and not have to use their buyback on Fada. Oh, a nice stun. A 3-man hoof stomp onto the Spirit Bearer as well. They're going to be able to control these heroes now. The Stampede slows them down. The Dark Rinse is coming in, but it's not going to save Noya. A 4-staff, another one. They try and push these heroes away, and it looks like it may have disjointed enough that Rise could not make it into the Dark Rinse out.
Yeah, I don't think he's rating that Uber Driver 5 stars. He has left a couple teammates behind. Ace is still running the hell away. Luckily, he's got all this movement speed to get out of there. Rise also missed out on the ride. But
TP in. Whoa, Ace! He TP'd onto a shrine, but Fada and Firo were already here trying to cut him off in the first place, so they just stumble into a TP and a free kill there. Ace not afford a pick off like that. He's down for 35 seconds, and Bears are already on top of your tier 2. With the way that controlling these heroes is so important, maybe the +1 second on Hoof Stomp is...
Yeah.
Here comes the initiation. Fada speeding ahead with his Shikuchi. Level 25 talent. Hesta Joe is going to be the pickoff here. Nobody else is going to get caught, though, on the side of Cloud9.
Has no buyback as well.
Would you feel comfortable if say you see Firo at bottom? You know he's pretty quick, but you know he does not have the boots to travel. You can just 5-man push out real quickly, see if you can catch someone from Bears, and they kind of do just that. They managed to get Forev inside the Pit of Malice, but he does have the Stampede too. He's holding on to it for now. He actually is going to turn around 4-staff Baby Knight in deeper. They do manage to get the stun, and Firo's going to be here soon. Forev now pops that Stampede, does have all that damage reduction, so Baby Knight's really not doing that much to Forev at all. Fada battling between Noya and Hesta Joe, does manage to get off the time lapse. OD taken out. Looks like did he hit the blade mail? Adam on the side. Oh no. Dark Rift out. Save them all. All right, they get a couple out, but Ace, as well as our OD and Rise are all going to be fallen here.
Oh, the blade mail timing. He got it on the Sanity's Eclipse of the OD. That demolished Baby Knight. They were perhaps thinking you'd maybe normally get it by killing 2 carries, but that is, again, good back to the Lone Druid talent. And also the fact that they just are wary of those buybacks. Rather take the Aegis and Cheese and now go for that high ground push. That sets C9 up to fully execute their draft, to hit their teamfight combos, to position around that push. Instead, Fata with Aegis, it's a tier 3 tower and almost a melee Rax.
Fata is forced to BKB.
But this is still damage top.
Yeah, Spirit Bear actually goes down. Fata looks like he caught by the multicast. He does end up losing his Aegis, but Firo has taken the range tracks, has threatened Hester Joe already, brought him pretty low earlier, and does get a little bit of damage. Oh, Hurricane Pike pushes Noya away from the sun. Oh, Fata, he's so close. He's going to get saved out for the shallow grave. There goes that time lapse. Actually barely makes it out of that Pit of Malice, but back over to top lane. There goes that melee Rax. To and fro. Verev now jumps in as well. He's going to join in on the pushing action. Nice two-man hoof stomp. Trying to finish up those ranged Raxes with the forward spirit. Pops his Blade Mail. Baby Knight can't target him anymore. Back to bottom lane where Firo comes in with a big meteor blast. Hits Noya back into it with a deafening blast. Verev now, he pops the Stampede. Is going to run over Noya. They managed to catch a couple there with the Pit of Malice, but C9, they need to make this team fight work for them because they're getting picked apart this whole entire time. A buyback there from Noya, but Bears, they can play the patience game here.
This last lane of Rax could be not long for this world. With the Aegis down though, perhaps some second thoughts from Bears as to how to approach this push. They're not actually split pushing, which is where they found their success the other times, but with only one lane of Rax to go for,
it does seem
like they're more focused.
Ace just burst down Yapzor here in the low ground. Now he's going to turn against Verev, but oh god, he just saved the Blade Mail. Verev gets a lot of damage back to Ace, not quite enough to finish him off though.
Okay,
Bears,
that rapier came out of nowhere.
Turn around, do manage to get a good Ice Wall onto Hester Joe. He'll receive a Hurricane Pike. Friendly save from Baby Knight. Now Baby Knight jumps forward here, but doesn't have his BKB activated. So Verev, oh god, they just hit the hoof stomp, but he dies just like that to Fata. It's all up to Ace now with no buyback onto Baby Knight. Ace is going to have to do it all with his Divine Rapier at only 800 HP. A push back there. Noya receives a Hurricane Pike, but here comes the Deafening Blast, and that's it. They catch him. They take that Divine Rapier. It's on the deck. Someone could grab it, but the GGs have already been called by Cloud9. C9, they almost had a 10,000 gold lead with their early pushing, their early 5-manning, but Doug's gone.
10 seconds.
Slark is not a defusal here,
magic
but
damage. If Adam starts taking away some of those sentries, if he actually spies out Rise, placing a sentry here, or even, you know, just receive some creep aggro or something like that, he takes that away, all of a sudden you are just fully under the spell of, oh, Rise. Oh, the arrow. Don't, no, he walked into it. That'll be first blood for somebody. It'll be for Ev. Clicks it with the ion shell from a distance.
even get some experience for that one too. Adam will get the bounty rune as well, so just going to keep the pressure up at top. And Forev could look for this kill. They spot the ward coming out. They know exactly where that is. That'll be an easy D ward and possibly a kill onto Rise.
Yeah, Rise needs the help of Ace now. He gets the heal. Still have the Ghost Shroud if they want to try and slow down Adam, but he's got the early boots, so he's going to go for the chase down underneath the tower. Pretty easy kill here. They may give up his life for it, and that may end up kind of being worth it if they can actually get it. The right click is there. Ace will get the maxed out charges of Death Pulse and get a lot of mana.
Flaner getting a solo kill and getting the Death Pulse procs as well. Yepso's in a bit of trouble here against the Hestejo. Batrider tries to go for the Ancient Suicide, but doesn't get it. Hestejo was just on the high ground, had the Rubik walk into him. And we're seeing them start to pressure this top tier 1 tower now with the help of it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's out of mana, though. On the Purge Creep still. An arrow, Shuriken, that slight midi stun is what allows the stun of the arrow to be able to land. And Baby Knight maybe going down. The Fairy Fire is actually going to be enough to save him. Turns around, gets 1 raise, 2 raise onto Adam. Adam's dusted up, so he's going to get dropped. And now Fata is in trouble as well as he doesn't have leap. Hestejo is going to be able to collect that kill as well. What a big play there from Cloud9.
16-minute mark, and that's where Bears will become a lot stronger.
I really like is that with the Bounty Hunter kill, SF immediately starts doing some jungle because before he couldn't. Hestejo's going to be caught, pulled back by the vacuum into the wall. That wall slow allows the telekinesis to land. Bears. will pick up that kill.
Protecting him, but I feel like Ace is often kind of more on his own, split pushing. He's had the one hero with him in the Disruptor, but I think like a three hero rotation with like a Bounty and Mirana could find those kills. But for now, they start off on bottom.
More TP's coming in, and the counter. YapzOr actually lasts up. As to Joe, who gets pulled back into the arrow of Fada with a double damage. They do manage to bring him down. 0 for 2 trade, actually, as they manage to kill the Ogre and don't lose YapzOr.
Fastest going to get the courier. It looks like he saw it with the Observer Ward. He's in position. It's the 3 right clicks he needs, and nice little snipe.
Here's a fresh blink dagger for Hesta Joe. He'll find YapzOr. It's not a monster big kill, but it is enough for Cloud9 to threaten this tier 2 some more. Oh, nice vacuum wall. Now, that is not going to be a fight by any means. Nice turnaround there from Baby Knight, quickly killing those illusions. That Radiant scan, it almost lasted long enough to be able to get the successful read on C9 here. Hesta Joe, they're actually going to get popped here. The arrow lands on Ace. Hesta Joe, his smoke is popped as well. Bears are going to try and come forward here with the Moonlight Shadow. Farev throws out the vacuum wall. Nice, into the corner there. They're going to be clapped up by Roshan as well, so slowing down that retreat. Baby Knight again on point. Fearo's actually going to jump up onto the cliff area here, trying to catch Hesta Joe. Hesta Joe is low. Nice telekinesis toss back into 4 as well. Hesta Joe still surviving, has the track on him. Fearo's going to go for this kill with his ultimate. He'll pick that up. Baby Knight lets loose the ult, but Fearo's already away, so they're going to have to get at him instead. The gem
on Ogre.
On Ogre. So Noya did manage to pick that one up, and that's how they got the bounty hunter kill. So it's the lasso that would have kept him from pushing that tier 1 tower. In the end, they do manage to pick that one up. Top lane, Ace, this is a very big kill. He does still have the Guardian Greaves. Fearo pops the early ultimate here to make sure he does not drop below half HP. He's going to go back in, hits another pounce, trapping in Ace. They need the rotations out from Cloud9, but they just aren't getting them. Ace throws out a Reaper's Sight just to be able to slow down Fearo and hopefully get back, but he just can't get there in time. Rise was almost there with the Kinetic Field Static Storm, but now he may be caught as well. Fearo has his Blink Dagger up in 5 seconds time, trying to chase him down, but without Ace on the field. Batrider tried to catch Fearo with that smoke. Doesn't actually result in much, and if anything, Cloud9 are going to be able to make the turnaround here. An arrow landed onto Baby Knight, so they quickly jump forward. Kill Hesta Joe. YapzOr with a Stolen Requiem does get a lot of damage out onto Cloud9 as well. Plus the damage reduction, C9 cannot fight this one. The BKB is going to wear low here on Baby Knight now. Fearo and Fada both jump back in with their Blink Daggers. Bears are just completely outmaneuvering Cloud9. An arrow actually misses on the Aegis Revive, but Baby Knight, he's kind of stuck here anyway. Maybe with the explosion damage, Ace can get a kill, but he doesn't have the Reaper's Sight, so even as the SF dies, Bears are still healthy enough. Ace can't do anything, so he's just come back and died almost immediately. Runs around the shrine, is going to activate it, but he's still 5 seconds left until the Reaper's Sight is up. I don't see him surviving long enough to be able to do anything, so...
The SF really has to be all their damage. Necro has no damage either. He's going for like a pretty standard Necro build with Pike as well as Greaves, but the end result is that all their damage comes from SF.
I knew you wanted to be tricksy, YapzOr. He had the Stolen Lasso. He's going to go for the kill on Rise, but this will result in a turnaround. Cloud9, we're all nearby. There goes a vacuum. Reaper's Scythe finishes off Rise. Fearo came in from the side with the help of Fada. They do manage to take down the Ogre. Baby Knight runs into the arrow here. Doesn't get the BKB off in time.
A menace to deal with. He's about to reach his level 20 talent as well to get even more stats. He's hunting for the Disruptor. He knows Disruptor doesn't have many friends, and he needs a couple more right clicks. He gets it! Oh, just in time. That's brutal.
Team wipe times 2. All right.
Yeah. They could theoretically even try and use this to take another engagement here, and they are grouping up around this mid lane.
Fearo jumps on a Baby Knight here. Baby Knight already down to half health. Does have the BKB, though. Fada jumps forward, throws an arrow out from the tree, surprises Noya, lands that one. Hesta Joe's going to try and respond with the lasso, but this opens Fearo to make his initiation onto Baby Knight once again. These heroes from Bears, though, seem to be too tanky. With the BKBs, Ace can't lay down that Reaper Scythe. He lays it down right as the BKB wears out, but it looks like Fada still managed to survive through it. A pullback there, Glimpse Static Storm completely misses, and Fearo is going to turn on to the Baby Knight SF, finish him off, get Rise as well, and probably jump for more. Gets a Force Staff, throws out the pounce, hits Ace, diffuse a blade up immediately as the Ghost Shroud is laid down, and racking up those stats. Ace is going to try and TP out, does make it, but Fearo up to 32 stolen Essence shift, 96 plus agility. They're going to go back.
Firo is just playing like a beast this game. Diffusal is working out fantastic against the Necros. Ace goes back for a Ghost Scepter so that he can try and take advantage of that Diffusal cooldown, but, well, that's all happening. Another pick. Firo catches. Being big, I've got to buy whatever I can, so, I mean, Ghost Scepter kind of hits that price point, but Firo not done. Observerward finds him another kill. And there's a Lincoln Sphere on Firo, meaning he can really engage into whatever he wants at this point with...
I'm not even sure if Firo needs the Aegis, to be honest.
Looks like Fast is taking it.
Yeah.
Get up, and there we go. They'll get both wards, and with that, Cloud9 very blind, going to be stuck on their high ground.
Observer ward place immediately going to be countered and catching Adam. That's going to be a nice pick to start this whole entire fight, unless, oh no, the vacuum downwards has pulled Ace down to the low ground. This could be a 1-for-1, but it looks like Ace is tanky enough to be able to survive through that. So
Cloud9 still in a position to hold on to their high ground here. They may have killed a bounty, but I think they still need to be very careful about leaving their base.
There's the vacuum. Has to Joe drop low. The Shiva's going to be able to finish him off. Firo in the back line's already taken out the Disruptor first. Deals with that AoE silence now, purging up Ace. There goes that extra bit of ethereal form for Ace, keeping him alive, but they need to activate the Shrine to save Ace. He turns around Reaper's sight, but that's going to do minimal amount of damage. He's just hoping to be able to save his own life, but now an extra nuking power. The arrow's not enough. A Shrine keeps him alive. Cloud9 will not utterly lose that fight.
I mean, Ace dying there would have been pretty disastrous. He didn't have buyback as well and could have led to this Rax being taken. Not too much Essence Shift yet on the Slack, but he's going back in.
Arrow, what a vacuum pullback there from Forev. Nice play. A Shuriken to finish him off while in ethereal form.
He has no buyback too.
No buyback on the SF, so they don't have the damage necessary to get a Reaper Scythe kill in the first place. Ace, they've got the pullback now. A counter pull from Yapzor. Grabs Hestejo, yanks him back in. Rises dead, and that is it. Cloud9 will lose to Bears, be dropped down to the lower bracket of this playoffs.
Man.